And hello everybody. How's it going? We're going to continue on more Hildibrand. Although I do need to see my retainers sold anything. So, I have Christika sitting in her house. It's the free company house, but as I've already said before, most of my members have been out for quite some time, with the exception of my oldest, who was in 16 days ago. He needs to be in. Oh well. So, let's see. Food's left in there. 8? How do I get out of that? Skill speed, durability. I know the burger does. Critical. Max 10. Okay. Have one. Just for grins. Actually, another one. Got 2 uses. I think I got more burgers in storage. I made a bunch from the other character before I transferred it. Which is okay. So, last we needed to be was at the Colosseum to continue our adventures with Hildibrand, the Inspector Extraordinaire. Yeah. More like an inspector who gets himself into more trouble than it's worth. It's like watching a bad episode of Mr. Gadget. Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget. Except he doesn't have gadgets. He just flashes his muscles. Hold on one. I really need to change that. That really stinks. Maybe I'll just hide it for now. Let's see. Boop. There we go. I can still see the chat, don't worry. It's just not visible to everybody else right now. Because I need to move it. Although I do have another chat box I could add that works better. Chat area. Whoops. As I was showing. I'm still working on some nice overlays. Trying to get this working. I have a chat area here. I may include that in. In fact, why don't I do that? Fix that. Back to here. Oh, it's already there. That's right. We're gonna make that a little smaller. That's rather large. There we go. Okay. Now that I can move that. Oh. I'll just leave it. Seems to be working. Okay. Need to go in to the Colosseum. I'm working on some different things. And like I was saying, I have this area I'm working on. I have a black and white picture of my main character on Excalibur right here. So we'll go back to here. Now, what do I need to do? I need to go This way. Working on that. Also working on some icons that I can have in. So we'll see. I'm doing it all myself, so it's taking time. I'm gonna try and read this, but my acting is really bad. I'm Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all seeing. You know the deal. Yes. And you must be Dower Meadow. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney. Meh. Who am I to argue with free publicity? And from charming a little thing like yourself, ask away, me girl. That said, between the challenge between the challenge from that so-called Phantom Thief and now these bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our tourney's already a talk of the town. Not that you'll see me complaining, provided someone's still left to fight, that is. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone a bit on edge. Just why? Just moments ago, and one fighter almost took off another's head for insulting the colors of his sub. Looks like we got ourselves another one. These two aren't in the entry books. Uh-oh. And our challenger unleashes a vicious right hook as the gentleman inspector was channeling his strength for the next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. As now she quotes that. Inspector Brerdine? As efficient as ever, as I see. A true gentleman. Excuse violence, Inspector. You were thinking it annoyed me. Dower Meadow, I presume. Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney, and try to be brief. Was wondered when you might ask. Master Fingras has spared no expense in making the Mithril Cup the most lucrative tourney this Coliseum's ever seen. The victor will receive a true treasure from his collection, the Warden's Grace, a ring fitted with the largest sun sphere you'll ever find outside Quorum. Arn. Huh? The second and third prizes are nothing to squeeze at either. But I don't care how many faces he's got. We've nothing to fear from this thief. The concern has hired an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night. The concern. Ugh. Yes, just as the brass blades were so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasure safe, go fetch them and bring them to me. And be quick about it. I haven't all day. Fear I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I have that you ain't Mr. Many Faces and another of his elaborate get-ups? No, if you want to get your hands on the spoils, you have to claim them as any other would in battle. I cannot read very well. As a matter of fact, with the ranks thinned as they are, we're actively recruiting new competitors. The more the merrier, and the more lucrative at that. Now, where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger. We've got some fresh blood here for the melee. Give me a moment, will ya? I've got all 8... I've only got 8 arms. Or were they legs? You called? I was about to give the lovely Miss Alvin the grand tour. Avela the grand tour. Yeah, I can talk. Inspector Hildibrand, look, he's purple. Astute as ever, Nashu. This color, its overabundance of appendages, I smell a case. Ha! That's just my receptionist, Ultras. Don't be startled now. He's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has it he's gone on one of many bizarre creatures born from the recent experiment with ancient incantations at the Thaumaturge Guild. At the Thaumaturge Guild, yeah. They were going to steal him away in a hole in the desert with others when he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything, so the management hired him to perform odd jobs about the Colosseum. And I'm ever glad they did. I tell you, this job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks. What a delicious morsel. I want to get my tentacles around her. Ooh. I know not what you are or where you hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. There's only one who will claim the victor's spoils, and that is me. Oh, I just love it when she talks tough. Now, who's the chump? Who wanted to get the pummeling by my lovely little Ava? What? Though a gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing fair damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall do what must be done. Christika Lance will be entering the tournament on my behalf. Christika Lance? You do look like a lance. Well, bugger me with a spear. To think I'd seen the day when the warrior light could have stood in my Colosseum. Hear that? Clink, clink, clinking? That sound of the guild pouring into our coffers when the public finds out that the true Eorzean hero will be stepping into the ring to fight for the Mithril Cup. Oh, I reckon your friend can tag along too. Show him where to sign. Ulti. With Christika, I suppose we have as good a chance as any. Now we need to make sure that she doesn't come down with some curious injury. The Galatrax Avla, that Galatrax, Avla was it? Seemed quite certain of her chances at victory, suspiciously certain, I would say. I am already 10 steps ahead of you, Inspector. The Ultras fellows seem most knowledgeable about Miss Avla. Come, Nashu, the investigation is afoot. As much as that sounds like an amazing, productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our first priority is to keep Christika here safe? Let us return to Galen and see what else he can tell us of these mysterious attacks on the combatants. Ugh, dinner's making me burp. Excuse me. Very well. I shall leave that task to you. I have a lead of my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you will share it with me at first opportunity. Sure. How'd I get drafted? Okay, next. Where am I supposed to? Oh. Speak at the Coliseum. Okay. I got to get out. I got to get out. Out! I say out! I like the jeans look here. I'm still trying to figure out how I didn't end up with that pair of pants on my other character. Because they actually look good. I do need to find me a different top, though. Although I think it works, but... where am I going? Oh, yeah. Do. You again? I've already told you that... What? Enter the tourney, you say? Are you out of your bleeding mind? Look, I've got a suspicion or two, which I'm happy to share with you. But in the end, you have to protect yourself, you hear? So I've been asking around, and it seems the more than a few of the fighters who pulled out of the tourney were scheduled to fight a warrioress by the name of Evla. Now, I can't make any promises, but my instincts tell me this girl is bad news. But don't take it from me when you can hear it from someone who's crossed blades with her just days ago. A fellow by the name of Raging Rat had the misfortune of being matched up with Evla in the preliminary round and earned himself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back in the Pulgus Guild. Why don't you pay him a visit? Okay. Raging Rat. Pulgus Guild. How far is that? It's over this way. Bye-bye. I'm taking my time. Not rushing. And anything at all. Okay. That must be Raging Rat. Come to have a good laugh on old Raging Rat's expense? Oy vey. Well, you're not the first. I say, is that not a man in the entire realm with an ounce of sympathy? Greetings, good sir. How fortunate you are today that your guest is Hildibrand, Manderville, gentleman and inspector. Now, if you would please enlighten me on how exactly it was that you were beaten to a bloody pulp by Miss Evla? Gentlemen, my arse, have you not a whit of decency? Never you mind. Look, the records may say I lost, but I'll admit to nothing of sort. I'll shout at the top of my lungs if no one else will. The girl doesn't fight fair. Tempest Blade? Some kind of fancy sorcery, if you ask me. Mark my words, that girl's up to no good. If she weren't so damned easy on the eyes, she'd be rotten as gold as we speak. The girl's Alamegan. Haven't you heard? You know how it is with those refugees. Why fight with honor? Why fight with honor when you've got nothing to lose? Yes, and why not disparage the entire people in a pathetic attempt to salvage your sorry pride? This one's a real piece of work, Christika. Let's be on our way. I didn't mean no offense, miss. I'm just telling it like it was. As it were. Perhaps it truly is some manner of sorcery, as the fellow says, or perhaps she works with an accomplice. She didn't strike me as a magic-wielding type. If I were a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the ladder. Ah, Miss Ellie, the thrill of the chase has struck a chord with you as well. Yes, I can see it in the wrinkles beneath your eyes. We might very well make an inspectress of you yet. I'll give you a good wrinkle for you, sensitive boar. Sensitive boar. If what the man says is true, it's likely that her fellow Alamegans might sympathize with her plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of the question. Yes, I can see it now. Two unfortunate souls, shunned by those around them, united by destiny and a common desire for justice. Ample appendages whirling wildly, sending gusts of wind flying every which way. Alva and Ulti, a match made in the heavens. Were it not for more obvious, I could have solved the case without leaving my home. Incredible! Your powers of deduction never fail to amaze, Inspector. What is it with you two and that infernal octopus? Mr. Ultros should still be at the Coliseum. Let us hurry before he slithers back off to whatsoever he came. Or whencesoever he came. I can't talk. Blah. Good day. Nope. I don't get it. Back to the Coliseum. And what I have on my back is not a lance. It may look like one, but it's not a lance. I suppose I gotta go in. Yep. Yep. Spice from the ribs I ate. Yuck. Wrong pipe. Here we go again. Shh. Friend, look over there yonder. Behold those exquisite legs, those stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulations of his squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Ulti is a most fascinating creature indeed. Behold how he carefully eyes the Galtrex before him. What manner of mischief is he plotting? He speaks. Yes, this is most suspicious indeed. Oh, what is this? The girl has fled in panic? Our friend Ulti appears to be discouraged. Look at the way his shoulders sag. Or how they would sag if he had shoulders. Our quarry is on the move. Quickly, Nishu, we must pursue. Choose. Yeah. Here we go. Where am I going now? Back out. It's like in and out today. Yep. Mr. Ulti seems to have found himself another Galtrix. Gladiatrix. What might he be plotting this time? Look at those succulent legs. I reckon they'd taste just wonderful in a good marinara sauce. Marinara sauce. Ah, he speaks. And another girl rushes off. Whatever did he say to her? He looks so sad. Shall we douse him with lemon butter and put him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever he is doing with these girls anyway. Whatever is he doing with these girls anyhow? Call me crazy, but I think he likes them. What? What price victory? Here we go. Poor misunderstood Ulti. Here we suspect him of criminal activity when in truth he was just a gentle soul, luckless in love. Oh, Ulti, can you find it in your squishy, squirmy heart to forgive us? Yes. Now, perhaps we should return to our investigation? If Avla is as suspicious as they say, perhaps we should follow her around for a bit. Dormedo, back in the Colosseum, should be able to enlighten us to her whereabouts. An excellent idea, Miss Ellie. But I have a better one. Let us return to the Colosseum to speak with Dormedo. From him we shall ascertain Miss Avla's whereabouts, upon which we shall follow her about to see if she indeed is suspicious as they say. Come, Neshu, the investigation calls. Now, didn't you just say that? Huh? As my character looks confused. Don't think Uncle Ulti didn't see you following me. What's the big idea, eh? I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus. Ugh. Or am I? Come on now, I just want what any octopus wants. A cute girl, untold riches, and the admiration of millions. Can't Uncle Ulti dream? Well, kids hate to ink and run, and then again, I'm an octopus. Okay. Okay, we're going back in. Yep, we're going back in. Whee! Plop. And following the road. Yes? What is it this time? I'm a busy man. Looking for Avla, you say? She said something about Boot sharing a flagon with her countrymen over in the Coffer and Coffin. I reckon you might still find her there. I'll warn you, though. If you're smart, you'll keep your distance from that one. That poor bugger Galleon tried to interview her for an article. Thought the girl was gonna rip his head clean off. How can I put this? She doesn't seem to take kindly to being asked questions of a personal nature, if you catch my drift. That said, if you're looking for a good sparring match to warm ye up for the tourney, that might just be the ticket. I can assure you there will be no need for gratuitous fistcuffs. My good sir, with my remarkable powers of espionage, we will ascertain all the information we need without the fiery lass being alerted to our presence. Let us be off. The way you're dressed? Sure. Go back. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, we gotta go out here? Okay. Oh, Central Thanolin. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's out there. Might as well teleport. Duh. Behold, the lovely Miss Avla. Just as I predicted, let us keep watch from here, so as to not set the girl's famed temper. Set off the girl's famed temper. How many times must I tell you? There is no cause for concern. The spoils shall be mine. If it may as well be written stone. Do you realize what this means? We have suffered and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era. Just as Rahoban Alden won a new life for himself in the Colosseum, I shall win a new life for our people. The prize that I shall claim will bolster the wealth of our people 1,000, no, 10,000-fold. In land where wealth is power, we will be kicked to the gutter by the Oldens no longer. And with that, I must be off to the Nuon's mines to meet my sister. Miss Avla's self-assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduce that my own chances of felling her on the field of battle are infinitesimal. I could have told you that before you signed up. Come now, we have a suspect to pursue. Yep. The reporter's more intelligent than the cat. Oh, God. Trying to steal Avla from Uncle Oltie's tentacles, are you? I'm afraid that isn't going to happen. Yes, Uncle Oltie's homemade explosive will see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus? Ah, distinctive smell of fire sand. Another one of your handcrafted explosives, I take it, Nishu? Heavens no, Inspector. This is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Do you think whomever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson? They're on to me. Preposterous. Could it be that muscle head isn't as stupid as he looks? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. I see. In the event I shudder to think what might happen if an unsuspecting passerby chanced upon a hazardous object. Allow me, heaven, no! Allow me, heave ho! You gotta be kidding me! Oh, that would be rather interesting. Okay. Back on the motorcycle. Oui. Fair warning for anybody who hasn't seen this. There are spoilers if you have not done the Hildibrand quests. I'm warning you now. Hildibrand quest. Yeah. All of them. That maiden in the mining garb must be the sister of whom Miss Avla spoke. Let us listen a bit closer. I thought we agreed. No hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear, sometimes I think you were born solely to give your poor sister headaches. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you'll understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what news of the tourney? Worry not, Helena. I have taken all the necessary precautions. The Warden's grace is as good as ours. Even those modest estimates of value is worth at some 30 million gil. Do you realize what this means? Necklaces from Ashtim's, sun silk dresses, all the luxuries you've ever wanted will be yours. The poor little girls in shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn for the Oldon's upper crust, those days are over. After I claim victory, we will take our rightful place at the top of society. I don't know, Ave. Wealth is all well and good, but I see you stand tall in the Colosseum, hundreds and thousands cheering your name. I'm proud. No matter how humble our birth, we stand strong and stand together. This alone is all the wealth I ask for. That is your problem, Helena. You've always been too quick to settle for less than you're worth. But worry not, for your sister is watching over you. I will do this for us. Now I must return. Gods forbid one of those prying reporters overhear us. That's my Avy. Unfazed by a duel to the death, yet terrified to be caught in the moment of tenderness. May the gods smile on you, sister, and be safe. Sniff. More moving display of sisterly love than I have not seen, and yet I fear it has afforded us little in the way of prospective clues. It would seem Avla's obsession with victory runs even deeper than we imagined. That said, I can't help but feel a bond with the girl. My sister and I were alone in the world too, you see. Inspector, did you just hear what I heard? Look, kids, Uncle Ulti has had it up to here with you. Do you think I could just fall in this pit and die like a good little girl? I'm talking to you, Miss Warrior Light. Hear that sound? Just one step closer. Closer. Not you, you idiot. No need for concern, friends. I have simply taken the liberty of investigating this hole in the ground, and I am pleased to report that there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary. Our hero. Now shall we return to Oldal? The Mithril Cup will be starting before long, and the last thing we want after all this is to lose our bout by forfeit. Agreed. Could it be? Did the musclehead dive straight into my trap to save his companions? The other seems so completely unsurprised at this turn of events. Doubtless he has performed such selfless acts before. A true gentleman if I ever saw one. But if you think that means I'm gonna show mercy on you, you've got another thing coming. Time to break out the big guns, kids. Wait a minute. I dug 2 pits, didn't I? Come to think of it, the second one was right around there. Give me a break! Crash. Ow. Okay. No, I'm all the way over here. Whee! You can fly no higher. No crap. What? Seriously? You're gonna complain about how high I'm flying? Why does he look nervous? Yes. Is something the matter? We're on something of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Stand back, Miss Ellie. My well-honed inspector senses are tingling. I feel a most fearsome adversary lurking about. This time you really up the creek without a paddle, kids. Say hello to a not-so-little friend of mine from the Colosseum. He's large, he's in charge, and most of all, he's hungry. Where in the world is he? I haven't got all day. Whee! Flat. My chimera! Who is that half-naked fool? Gotta run. Father, could it be that aura of unmitigated murderous rage that I felt was not our quarry, but you? Hildy, I was merely taking a stroll in search of inspiration and materials for my newest masterpiece in the making, and what brings you and your friends to these parts today? Just a bit of a sleuth work, Father dear. And with that, we must return to Uldal. If you have not heard, your son is set to compete for the Mithril Cup. What? Ooh, moonlighting as a gladiator, are we? A fitting second career for a Mandeville man, if I do say so myself. That muscle-bound old man is the inspector's father? Remind me never to go to one of their family reunions. Just who is the inspector anyway? Hildy is a worthy rival, even if there were one. Who goes there? The green chicken. Uh-oh. Hildy, Christika, I've been waiting for this day. Well, looky who we have here. You're quite an intimidating gent yourself. A friend of the inspector, mayhap. I am Gilgamesh, wandering duelist, and I am not so much the inspector's friend as his enemy. Well, that makes two of us. Perk up, Gulliver. Just because this just might be our lucky day. There is no one in this accursed realm who can remember my name. Sigh. Call me what you will, friend, but heed my words. Christika is a formidable foe. Formidable foe. That sounds like high praise coming from a big fella like yourself. I have to have such a powerhouse as his sidekick. That inspector must be something else indeed. I know not what brings you to do battle with those two, but I warn you, you will end up as seafood soup if you face them alone. And with that, I must be off. For reasons that I do not entirely understand, I am considered something of a fugitive in these parts. Christika, I will not fail so easily this time. Well, it looks like I've got my legs full, all 8 of them. But if that adventure is too strong for one to take on alone, I'll just have to bring along a friend. A simply twisted ring called to mind the undulations of a creature of the sea. Yes, inspiration has struck. What? Oh no! Nobody here but us octopus. Octopodes. Look forward to your next life in this as a masterpiece, fiend. Bye! Muscleheads, I hate them. Whee! Something went imploding. Okay, where do I go? Coliseum, eh? Here we go. Another motorcycle. Bye-bye. Oof. Yeah, dinner's backfiring. Excuse me. And the dog's barking. Excuse her. And dog barking again. Not quite sure why. Good heavens, chancing upon father like that. I dare say it's taken a year off in my life. Quite a crowd has assembled. It would seem the festivities are nigh about to commence. I had hoped to uncover more of Miss Avala's secrets, but no matter. What better place to continue my investigation than on the field of battle? Oh, crap. Hildibrand appears to be in something of a hurry. Good heavens, we haven't much time before the tourney begins. We must hasten back to the Coliseum and apprise ourselves on the rules of engagement. A true gentleman, the battle is not about victory or defeat, but fighting with honor. Whatever treachery or guile my opponent may employ, I will not lower myself to their level. Oh, joy. Huh? Okay. Oop, oop, oop. I get interrupted all the time by kids. He's playing Roblox on the Xbox. Stuck on that game, I swear. Yeah. Okay. Now, back to what I was doing. Bumps on the head, chipped teeth. I am one shabby looking octopus. I tell you, they don't pay me enough for this. But that's all going to change soon, isn't it, buddy? What? Funga. Ah, Mr. Stoltros. Mr. Ultros. Just the octopus we're looking for. I was hoping that you might enlighten us as to the... Ye gads, who gave you those ghastly bruises? Bruises? I fell down the stairs, that's all. Now get lost. I'm a busy octopus. Funga. Ouch. You have my sympathies, good sir. It is a challenge enough to coordinate 4 limbs, let alone 8. Is there someone inside your office? No. Whatever gave you that idea? I'm a simple I'm simply fumigating the place for pests like yourself. Now, don't you have a battle to go fight? Ooga! Inspector, I think something's alive in there. That's just me, talking to myself. Yes, food, gods, yes, gods, working as a receptionist is fun. Battered, bruised, beset by vermin, and still able to find joy and fulfillment in your work. I say, Mr. Ultros, your passion for your chosen profession is truly an inspiration to us all. Christika, if you would come with me for the moment, I fear the stupidity in the air might be contagious. Wee blunk. Well, has your investigation borne any fruits? I see. Avila seeks to win the tourney to claim the fortune and raise her and her sister out of poverty. Furthermore, she has implied that she has taken the necessary precautions to ensure that her victory is all but certain. Well, while trailing her, you narrowly evaded a series of dastardly obstacles, and upon your return, that strange octopus appeared considerably worse for the wear. The evidence points in one direction. The Alamegan girl and Ultros are plotting together to claim the Mithril Cup and its lucrative prize. It is not as preposterous as it sounds. I have done some research on our eight-legged friend. It would appear that Ultros has become something of a regular at Uldal's taverns and the houses of pleasure. I suspect he is using his inside knowledge of the workings of the Colosseum to identify and eliminate potential threats, thereby ensuring victory for Avila and earning himself a healthy commission. There is also a matter of the Tempest Blade. That is rumored to be the source of the Alamegan girl's strength. This remains a mystery, which means that I fear your life is still in danger, Christika. One of the guards informed me that there are several crates of refuse from the Colosseum's reception room were hastily discarded in Peril Lane bells ago. It's a stab in the dark, but the contents may prove some answers, or provide some answers. I cannot read today. I would ask you to bring them. Okay. So I'm over here. I need to be over in Central Thanalin. Oh no. Go over to Sapphire Exchange. One. Two. A fetch quest. And 3. Hop. Let me see what you have found. Here, take a look. Junk. Now, what have we here? Ah, yes. A spectacular assortment of innards and entrails. And what's this? A sack even more foul-smelling than the gore it was lying in? If that can't be believed, and look here, something appears to be written on the side. Dugos Sundries. It would seem that this merchant has been dealing with that squishy mass of tentacles. Let us pay a visit to the man and have him enlighten us on the exact nature of their partnership. I gotta go back to the Sapphire Exchange. Welcome, welcome. What might this discerning lady like yourself be looking for today? I'm sorry, madam, but if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No exchanges, replacements, or refunds. I stand by the quality of my wares, and I expect my customers to do the same. Wait. Now, did Ultra send you? I'll be asking the questions here. What exactly did you sell to that ungodly creature? Why, an entire sack full of gold truffles. Can you believe it? With the impressive price and that distinctive aroma, they're only for the most discerning of customers, which Mr. Ultras clearly is. He just placed another order today. Ugh. Could these truffles somehow be connected to... No, I shall stop myself before I start sounding like Inspector Barradine. It wounds me that you would sneak off to conduct your investigation without me and steal away Christika here. This gentleman is not impressed. Did you find anything, Inspector? Good gods, what is that dreadful smell? Miss Ellie, I would have expected a cultured young woman like yourself to be more educated in the Epicurean arts. This is the most distinct and delightful aroma of the gold truffle. An acquired taste, to be sure, but one that has won the heart of many a Don gourmet. I practically enjoy them slow roasted as my dear mother makes them. I don't want to roasted, you say? Why, my mouth's watering just thinking about it. Might I be so bold as to ask the recipe? It appears the productive portion of this conversation has come to an end. Besides, the tourney is about to begin. Let us make haste back to the Colosseum. Yeah, sure. Sure. Boink. Well, that merchant proved to be a spectacular waste of time. Which is in short supply. We must return to the Colosseum before the battle begins. Here is the plan, Christika. I shall find a suitable vantage point to observe Miss Avila in combat until I have ascertained the trickery behind her abilities. You are to keep a wide berth of her blade, understood? I can handle her. What's going on? There you are. I was this close to starting the melee without you. Ah, I'd be remiss not to tell you that there's been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered a last-minute injury, and none other than your very own Ultras has stepped in to take his place. With everyone's favorite octopus joining you two in the fray, spectators are just pouring in. The bookmakers across town are raking in the gill, which ain't a bad thing for us. Word has it that Master Fingus himself is quite taken with my promotional skills. Aye, the future's looking bright for old Darmeadow as it is. So, what say ye? Are you ready to get your arses kicked? Yeah, let's go in. What happened? Aye, that's what I like to hear, ladies and gents. It's time for blades to whirl and limbs to fly. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plutocrats and paupers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. The Mithril Cup brought to you by ever charitable friends and Almogin and Sons Mineral Concern. Your concern is our concern. Is about to begin. Who will stand atop the heap of maimed bodies and twisted limbs to claim the victory? Will it be the tempestuous Avla of Alamigo? Christika, the famed warrior of light? Or who is that grinning fool again? Ah, that's right. Humberbatch, agent of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire. Huh? Or will it be our 11th hour entry, Ultras, the eight-legged purple Prever of Pain? I'm here. Here I am. Did I miss you? Did you miss me? Aye, I did say we have a battle of the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions and let the battle begin. Alright, you know the deal. We team up, wipe out the others, and then when it's just the two of us, I'll take a dive. And you receive your share of the winnings. I have not forgotten our promise. This ought to be good. Paladin strike. Look at Ava's blade spin. Why, she's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They breed 'em tough in Alamigo, that's for certain. Next. You are next. Sure. Bring it on. Here we go, ladies and gents. Once my buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be sneezing us up a storm, literally. Ah, nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting is giving Uncle Alti an appetite. Is it time for dinner yet? Wait a minute. Roasted truffles? Braised in savory sauce, just like my mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sack full where that came from. That meddling musclehead. What's taking him so damn long? The girl's gaze gave it away. Open the gate at once. God. What is that? What's that monstrosity? Mr. Typhon, is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Could I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps? What, what fascinating friends you have, Ulti. Why, just look at this charming little nose. Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles? There goes Hildibrand. Could it be Ava's vaulting Tempest Blade? It was or was it? It was that monster all along. The girl played us for fools. Don't look at me. It was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus. You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend. I just wanted to experience the thrill of battle, you know, for the work and all. Come on, Dar, your Uncle Ulti never lied to you. What did I tell you? I knew there was something fishy about that Alamegan whore. Alamegans. Beggars and brutes, the lot of them. We gave them a home in our lands, and this is the thanks we get? Send her to Garlemald for all I care. Just get her out of my sight before I get sick. But I just wanted my sister. I feel for the girl, really. My little octopus heart goes out for her, but the rules are the rules. Right. Now, if Uncle Ulti may be so bold, I say we call off the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhon, and Christika. Here, what do you say, Mrs. Warrior of Light? Aye, that's what we want to see. Ultros, Ultros, Ultros. Well, this is the most unprecedented turn of events. But who am I to deny the wishes of some passionate crowd, the martial arts aficionados? Hey. The venue, Hatali, the fighters, the tag team, Ultros and Typhon versus the Warrior alike. Who will be left standing when the storm is settled? Be there or miss a battle for the ages. Uh-huh. He's still up there. So, to review, the truffles were to elicit a sneeze from the octopus's oversized crony, which would be positioned as to appear as it was coming from the Alamegan's girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away the opponents with ease. No wonder I wasn't able to see it sooner. It's quite possibly the most imbecilic scream I've ever encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no choice but to trust in your abilities now, Christia. Let us make for Hatalti. Okay. Why do we gotta go there to fight? I don't know. Hi, Jazzy. Why do we gotta go there? Hildibrand's getting... What an imbecile. Oh, yeah. This is the prison. I forgot about that. Okay. Well, the attorneys turned out into a right mess. With all the trouble I took preparing consolidation prizes for the melee, it looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing the spectators the profits, I could give a gnat's arse. It's going. Now, I know what you're thinking. 2 against 1 ain't fair, especially when one of those 2 is the size of a small house. So here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some of your friends for the battle? Let's say 7 of them, and that should even the odds. Aye? Oh, Dragon's Neck is now accessible. I wonder if I can cheese it. I think I can cheese it. Ooh, I might be able to. Can I cheese it? Cheese it. Yep. Gonna cheese it. Gonna try and cheese it. The Dragon's Neck. Combatants, the final confrontation will be held atop the Dragon's Neck. If all the members of the teams fall from the platform... Oh, God. Soup's on the menu! Okay. Let's take out, that guy first. One down. Thwarted again. I feel like such a sucker. And Christika claims the Mithril Cup. I cheesed that one big time. Oh, treasure coffer. What did I get any glamour out of this? A wind-up Ultras. I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, you do get a minion out of this. I don't even want to know what that is. Good show, Christika. Your performance has earned us front row seats at the award ceremony. This should afford us the perfect vantage point to thwart the thief. Come, let us return to the Colosseum. Yeah, but what happened to Hildibrand? Is he conscious now? Yeah, if I'm over leveled for those smaller, older trials, I'm gonna cheese it. Cheese it big time. And I need to go inside someplace. Right? Gaming's going good, as you can see. If you're still around, Jazzy. Okay, there we go. Ceremony. Well, Hildibrand's conscious again. It was a battle for the ages, but a worthy victor has risen to claim the spoils. And now let's take a look at the relic that our champion has won. Modding another stream. Oh, really? Who are you modding? Who are you modding for is what I should ask. Behold, from the personal vaults of Master Fengus himself, the Warden's Grace, a timeless treasure at the likes of which the realm has never seen. One that's earned the attention of Oira's most prominent pilferer. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Above you. Ladies and gentlemen, inspectors and invertebrates, the opening act dragged on and overlong, but worry not, the main event is about to begin. Huh? Oh, Thailand. Oh, wow. Cool. I know that you paid well for the seats here today, but I can assure you that my performance will not leave you disappointed. Now, I invite one and all to sit back and enjoy the show. Oh, this ought to be funny. Well, congratulations. Fireworks! I didn't know you were doing modding. That's pretty cool, though, Jazzy. Vile fiend, mark my words, you have stolen your last treasure. I swear it on the Manderville name. Thunk. The duelist. This guy. I think not, Hildibrand. Greg, 'tis always a pleasure to reunite with old friends, but your timing truly leaves something to be desired. Yeah, I've been modding you. Oh. Well, there's nothing wrong with taking a few weeks to yourself. Hell, I wish I could do that from work. Sometimes. In general. Take a... Oh, goodness. Hi. Huh? Christika, you bested me once, but not today. I shall have my revenge when I pierce your chest with my spear. Do you not mean you're a skewer? My spear. Don't look at me. Or me. Whoa! Vile thief, there's not a shred of honor in you. Return my weapon at once. Hildibrand's hilarious. Huh? Oh ho! It seems we have an unexpected guest. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I fear attendance at today's performance is by invitation only. Bye-bye. Oof. Oh no, a sneeze! Now it's raining truffles, but the battle's already... Mr. Typhoon? Just a moment. I'm sure I had a tissue here some... Whee! Whee! There goes the green chicken. And the ring. And I'm like, huh? Don't stand there, you dork. Whee! Splat! Alas! Alas and ack! The ring sails straight into the hands of the fiend! Giving up so soon, are we? Those don't sound like the words of a Manderville man. Plop! It's Dad! The underwear-wearing Manderville man. Uh-oh. But, of course, brilliant, Father. If the ring won't come to me, I shall go to the ring. Why? Just don't... Why, it'll be just like Delamode. Yes. Hildibrand, Hindor, Maximilia, Manderville. Skyward is as only a Manderville can. Whee! Bye-bye. As he missed the ring. Father, no, not to be not your own strength. Well, $997, $998, $990. Oh. Hey, look, it's a flyaway chicken. Bye-bye. Boom. I love these quest lines. Some people don't like them, but I think they're hilarious. What? Okay. As a bird flies around. These legs, they look strangely familiar. There goes green chicken. Okay. Ah, put a little too much spin on that one, it seems. Not exactly as planned, but who can argue with the results? Save for one thing. This ring is a fake. But no matter. I have a feeling things will end this. I have a feeling this will lead me to the true treasure. Until next time, friends, you have been a most attentive audience. The key! Bloody hells! Guard, seize the fiend at once. Yeah, he's up there, and how the guard's gonna... Oh, there he is. Pop! Uh-oh. And he's gone. She's clapping. It's too late, sir. The second prize, the Ring of Inquiry, is gone. Second prize? What is the meaning of this? Many-faced fiend or no, the man spoke true. A master goldsmith's eyes cannot be deceived. This sun sphere is clearly a second-rate replica. Preposterous. It's just the dim lighting. Yes, if you'll just step over here. Have you taken ill, friend? You seem to be perspiring most heavily. Let's not be too hasty, friends. I can explain. I sold out my honor, joined forces with that idiot, audacious octopus, all for a false treasure? What a fool I have been. Whatever was I thinking? Do not berate yourself so, Miss Avela. Why? It was exactly as you said. It was not. You were thinking of dear Helena and nothing more. I suppose I was at that... How did you know my sister's name? I assure you, young miss, under no circumstances did I tell you to the Noah Mines to eavesdrop on your intimately personal dialogue with your beloved sister. Uh-oh. You have the right of it. Blinded by the prosperity of the future and fame, I lost sight of myself and what I truly was fighting for. My honor and my sister's trust will not easily be regained, but I will not shirk from the challenge. One mystery still remains. Before the thief had identified the ring as fake, he had already acquired the key to the storeroom. Clearly, the second prize, this Ring of Inquiry, was his target from the start. But why? There must be some pattern to the items the fiend has stolen, and a pattern that betrays his true intentions. The treaty blade, Azine's virtue, the Ring of Inquiry, all relics with quite a history. Or, to be more precise, relics from the era of Baladins. Oh, If that is so, the answer is clear as day. The fiend means to found Oriza's greatest museum of beauty and history, pushing up the prices and gouging honest men out of their hard-earned coin. Doubtless, another one of the cards will appear on the scene to tell us just as much. Huh? Hi. Huh? Ah. There it is. I don't get it. Whoa! That's one big ass card. Run! Ow! Plop! Huh? I don't know. Don't look at me. I've enjoyed our little game, but all good things must come to an end. I shall claim the four sacred treasures, and justice shall be served. Huh? So, this is the thief's final challenge to us. But what are these 4 treasures of which he speaks? Where the 4 treasures of Beldedia come, the wicked shall be judged in the blazing light of sun. Huh? She falls asleep every single time. An old legend, little more than a fairy tale, at that, and yet it seems the Phantom believes there is some truth to these words. Four sacred relics from the Belladea? The Warden's justice? Lofty words coming from a glorified footpad. One who's winning over the common folk by the day. If rumors are to be believed, it would seem the tales of the master thief ruffling the feathers of the rich and famous have won the man more than a few admirers. Consider his targets thus far. An old dog collector and her hired thugs, a trading mogul and the brass blades, and now a mining magnet and the stone of torches. Is it any surprise that the sympathies of an ordinary Eldon's would lie with the perpetrator rather than its victims? Astutely observed, Miss Ellie. Our quarry clearly harbors no small degree of resentment for the wealthy and authority. Might his next target be a member of the syndicate? Perhaps the Sultana herself. That. Haha. Then it would be then it would be to his downfall. For the greater the challenge, the higher I rise. Just one moment, if you would. Mark my words, ye many faces. There is but one man who shall lay claim to the 4 lost relics of Belladia, and that it shall be Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Yes, I'm sure that inspires us all with great confidence. Was that? No, it couldn't be. Huh. Methinks Godbert may need a new pair of spectacles. Inspector Hildibrand, the gentleman inspector. It's a race to recover the four lost blade relics of Beldia, as the fiend's true identity and aspirations are revealed. Will Eorzea fall prey to the forces of evil? Or will our hero do what only a Mandrivel man can? Her last vow. The key to the next case is a mask. Have you ever worn a mask for so long that you forgot what you actually looked like? I have. And how did they freeze in midair like that? Talk about a mystery. Oh well. See you next time. Yep. Now to pick up. Hold on. Shades of Siltia. Blah. I was wondering when you'd show up, Christika. I hope you haven't made any plans for the day, because we've got a situation on our hands. Remember our good friend, the Phantom Thief? Well, it seems he decided to branch out from burglary to cold-blooded murder. If the rumors are to be believed, he's claimed 3 victims already, all influential members of Ildar society. Mr. Manyfaces have been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards at every scene, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer. The message is always the same. The weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. More riddles. Not that you'll hear me complaining. No, the only thing my readers like more than a good mystery is a good murder mystery. Ever since the story broke, the Mithril has been selling like Ponzi cakes. The only rub is it's left me no time to look into the thief's last message. Until now, that is. Shall we, Mystique? To the hidden treasures of Ildar, was it? If there's anyone who can shed some light on this, it's you-know-who. To Sun Silk Tapestries. Uh-huh. Oh, it's out there. Yay. Gotta go up. I'm going the wrong direction. Yep, definitely going the wrong direction. Nope. Well now, if it ain't my favorite venture, and my favorite Mithril Eye reporter. Along with, tell me, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? I see. As much as I'd like to help two lovely ladies, I'm afraid you found old Warmond at a loss. Ul'dah is more than his fair share of treasures, hidden otherwise. I reckon our phantom fiend friend could be just about any of them. Tell you this much though, whatever the thief's got his eye on, it's got the Sultan Sworn in a right dither. Word has it that they've formed a regiment of their best and brightest to safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. Sultan Sworn aren't like to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've got. Come on, Christica, it's time. I'd say it's time we paid the visit to the heart of the Sworn. Boy, hold up there, Ellie. They ain't generally the worrying type, but you may want to think twice before getting yourself involved in this. A man in my business develops a nose for danger, and this time the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie, and a fine one at that. Don't put the pretty neck of yours at risk by playing hero. Your concern is touching, but I can assure you that I'm ready for whatever dangers lie ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to the people. Come, Christica, it's time. Time is of the essence. Okay. Okay. Alchemist Guild. Halt. Only authorized personnel are allowed in. Don't bugger me at the broadsword. It's the gentleman of Light's adventurer companion and that catty bell cute reporter from the Mithril Eye. Well, if that isn't the self-styled warrior of light, tell me, what tales did you spin for the Sultan Sworn recruiter to land yourself in this position? Only the 12's honest truth, miss. Seeing the gentleman of light standing tall in the triumph that day moved me to the depths of me soul alike. I vowed to put aside my sketchy past and serve the realm just like my hero master Hildibrand. The Sultan Sworn were impressed with my commitment and my sword arm, and they gladly welcomed me into their ranks. Wait, don't tell me you've come to assist Master Hildibrand in his investigation, haven't you? Or why didn't you say so sooner? It's the least I could do to help with the two ladies who united me with my role model. You'll be wanting to speak with Phyllis. She's the Sworn's best and something of a history buff, I'd seem. When she heard the thief was targeting the 4 relics of Beldia, she personally stepped forward and volunteered to lead the investigation. If anyone has the information you're looking for, it'd be her. Wait here and I will get her. I can trust you not to touch anything else, aye? Pleasure to meet you, Phyllis. My name is Ellie, from the Mithril Eye, and as you may have heard, we're researching the Phantom Thief's case and would appreciate any information that may shed light on recent events. My pleasure is mine, Miss Ellie, and if I'm not mistaken, that would make your companion here one Christica Lance, yes? Uh-huh. You know Christica? As any regular reader of the Mithril Eye would, I must confess from being something of an unabashed fan of your work. Though it hardly befits my station to say, I was secretly hoping that you would show up to assist in my investigation. Doubtless the inspector, too. Doubtless the inspector too will also welcome a helping hand. The Sultan sworn an elite, Oldo's elite. I can only hope they prove more competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with thus far. Inspector Baradine, always one step ahead of us. Miss Ellie, Christika, a moment if you would. Right there, very good. Right there, very, very good. Now, face me and don't move an ill. Inspector, what is that in your... Ooh. Demasking dust, a formula of my own devising that will allow us to see right through the thief's disguises. Analyzing the mass left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and then synthesize a counter agent that would dissolve the disguise whilst leaving the wearer's face intact. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be. Brilliant, Inspector. The Phantom Thieves pulled the wool over your eyes for the last time. I fear it won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan Sword at our disposal, we're only able to produce a limited supply. I see. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target? The hidden treasure of Oldo, the last of the 4 relics of Beldia? I fear not. I've poured through the histories time and time again. But the only mention of these 4 relics is vague reference in an old prophecy. The most serious scholars has considered it more than a fairy tale. When darkness falls, the hope fades to despair. 4 warriors born of light shall discern in the righteous glare. The legend goes on to describe 4 sacred artifacts, one each possessed by these 4 Beldian heroes, but makes no mention as to their appearance or nature. 3 times we have tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times he has foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only play into the fiend's strengths. All artifacts of Beldian origin have been sealed within the royal vault, and a regiment of our finest assigned into its protection. I have furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust, and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages. The Blackguard will be in chains before we can lay a dirty hand on the vault doors, let alone the treasures within. You have my word, my lady. But there are even more disturbing matters at hand. Doubtless you have heard of the recent rash of murders perpetrated by our quarry. The Sultan Sworn have launched an investigation, but the truth of the matter is that we've been far too occupied with the defenses of the vault to make any meaningful progress. We would be most grateful for any assistance you could offer. A lady asks, a gentleman answers. And there he is. Cast all worry from your heart. My lady Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. Here we go again. And this must be the demasking dust that is the talk of the palace. Ah, but you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. A shame that. Inspector Hildibrand, we were not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I will share all I know about the recent murders. The killer has claimed 3 victims thus far. The head of the publishing consortium, a high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than that, they were all influential figures in their respective circles. We can identify no common threads connecting the 3. Oh. This will prove a most satisfying case to crack indeed. And what of the method of killing? Conked over the head with a cudgel? Gutted with a greatsword? Strangled with a subligar mayhap? I'm afraid that we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderer plots the deaths of the 2 more even as we speak. We must take action and quickly. Understood, milady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm, renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar turned butcher delivered to justice. Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildibrand. Friends, please take this demasking dust with you. I fear we can spare but a single satchel, but I trust you will put it to good use. Yeah. Come to accompany on yet another case, friend? I like your gusto, but if you're auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled most aptly. Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly, Christika, my ever-loyal associate. And now, my ever-loyal associate, the investigation calls. I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from 80 Sins of Sasamo. Even the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave behind clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off. Pray, alert me when you see anyone suspicious, even my loyal associate. We must put Miss Felice's demasking dust to good use. Yeah. Okay. Where are we going? Ah, it's outside. Okay. Yep. Yep. Gotta go outside. I have a floating ball following me. I could have rode the motorcycle, but I figured I'd walk. There's a big turtle there. Flowers. Yes. It has become clear now that our phantom killer is a florist. Who? in his hurry to escape, carelessly mislaid these wares. Just what do you think you're doing? I'm the one who put those flowers there to honor the memory of me, poor boy. You dare defile his memory? 1,000 pardons, my lady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I'm Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinary. I swear to you, on my own dear mother's name, that your son's killer will be brought to justice. As I was just saying, these flowers were clearly placed here by the family of the deceased, which can only mean leave this place, run away while you still can. Run far, far away. Run, or he'll turn you into a zombie, just like my poor boy. A living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense. Not nonsense. My boy, history. Or have you not heard of the horrors of Sithil? I, Aldol's sibling nation against which we waged a war centuries ago. Much blood was shed by both sides. I speak of the far greater horrors of death. An unholy draught brewed by Sithdin alchemist. One with the power to turn the living into the undead. That this nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers, the traitors spurn. They turned my poor boy into a heap of old rotten flesh and ran with him ran him through. But you won't hear that from the Sultan's sword. Thal alone knows why, but they whisked the body away before I could so much as pay me last respects. The traitors spurn? I'd heard the stories, but never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing, just who are we dealing with here? A Sildin, I'm sure of it. I, the Sildin, would know the recipe. But the remains of the Sildin died 4 centuries ago, you say? Oh, they did. Hee hee hee. Calls himself the Phantom Thief, does he? But did he ever occur that he might be an honest-to-God's phantom? Heard the tales of my own great-great-grandma, did I? About the 4 relics of Beldia and the powers that they hold. The power to exact justice. Spectre of Sildith has returned to wreak vengeance on us. Woe unto us all. Have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? My dear boy, if only I'd become a traitor like your father, if only you'd kept your nose out of those history books and never so much breathed the accursed names, O Sildith. But you did, and now we're doomed. Doomed. Bye-bye. He's doing that stretchy thing again. Muscle pose. That bleeding horse in here somewhere. I can feel it in me follicles. The most potent hair tonic the realm has seen. That it was. For all of the fortnight before, my flowing locks fell out all over again. And just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass in the quicksand, just to twist the knife and extra ill. Mont Blanc charlatan, I'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band and pull every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. Lullaby again. become clear to me now. That dear old woman's testimony has confirmed that which I had suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking away at its rotting flesh, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. Open your eyes and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Our phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit caught between the realm of the living and the dead for nigh of centuries since meeting a tragic end in Babylon. As such, our course of action is clear. We must palpate this tortured soul that it might abandon its fit. Oh. Being interrupted. Bye. My son interrupted. I might abandon his vengeful vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. But what is the true nature of the specter's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage its rancor. Let us begin our search at the Thaumaturge Guild. Doubtless the tomes there certain contain a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between the sibling and nations. Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Sildeth might serve us well. Go research as you will. I'll do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Barradine. Whatever knowledge is to be gleaned at the guild, I shall not escape my inspector's eye. Okay. Back to the guild. Oh. Oh, I can. Thaumaturge Guild? Thaumaturge. Yeah. Gods be good. You're the adventurer who saved me back at the ruins, researching the ancient feud between Aldal and Sildeth, are you? Why, I'm pleased to say I have more than a passing familiarity with the history. To understand the history of the sibling nations, you must go back further still to the birth of their mother nation, Beldea. The fifth astral era was an age of untold wonders, when the arcane arts bludgeoned with the great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished. This age of enlightenment would not last. However, power bred of rice, and of rice bred resentment. It culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the great floods of the sixth umbral calamity, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused the catastrophe, with many forced to leave their homelands or face death. It was a small band of those saviors that found their way to Thanalan, where they would found the nation of Beldea some 8 centuries agone. Ah, imagine a government of mages by mages and for mages. What wonders might have been wrought had Beldean civilization survived this very day. Alas, this was not to be. Okay. You don't say. It's not every day someone comes to our halls researching Sildeth. As a fellow student of history, though, I more than welcome their conversation. Eldian civilization flourished in a relative peace until twin sons were born to a royal family. The two were fierce rivals, and when they came of age and their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne. With neither son willing to relinquish his claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in two, forming the twin nations, Ul'dah and Sildith. But not unlike the two proud princes, the sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry. Lots of stuff to be read. Greetings, traveler. You would learn of the war between Ul'dah and the fallen Sultanate of Sildith. It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. The two city-states coexisted for several generations until the bad blood between them boiled over, culminating in outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Ul'dah emerged victorious, leaving its once proud sibling nation in smoldering ruins. As the histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. In a desperate attempt to overcome Ul'dah's superior numbers, Sildith alchemists devised a most horrific stratagem, employing a frightful formula known as the Traitor's Spurn. They brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories have it that Eve employed the potion on those of the living who were too weak or wounded to fight. Sends shivers up the spine just thinking about it. No, it is truly crown glory of our fair nation that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against these horrors. Okay, there's a fourth. Somewhere. Blah, 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 blah. Yawning. Getting late. What's that you say? You seek knowledge of bad blood between Ul'dah and Sildith? I suppose I can spare a moment or two, but take good notes. I'm not fond of repeating myself. 2 scales, one of gold, one of silver. The gold of Ul'dah weighing prosperity and power, the silver of Sildith weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the two nations differed greatly. Yes, greatly indeed. The power wrought by Ul'dah and prosperity was that of justice and good, while the power wrought by Sildith knowledge was horrific beyond belief. The power to rip the living soul out of a man and render him a mindless killing machine. On this matter, the histories are clear. But riddle me this, my friend. Who writes the histories, and what does this say of the words writ within? Yes, truth can be elusive and fickle as the shifting sands. One example, did you know that in the war against Sildith and Ul'dah and the Maljan warriors fought side by side? Likely you did not, and neither did I until I encountered a fading passage in an ancient text buried deep in our archives. And yet the histories read about the populace. You will see no mention of this most fascinating fact. Might it be that someone at some time deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I might have said enough already. There's Hildibrand. My ever-loyal associate, tell me, what you learned from your questioning of the scholars in these halls? Indeed, as it happens, I have learned much the same. Let us take a moment to review and allow my peerless powers to deduction to work their magic. A war of secession divides the great civilization of Beldia, giving rise to the sibling nations of Ul'dah and Sildith. The two nations coexist for some generations until ill blood boils over, culminating in an outright war. Daunted by the Ul'dah's superior military might, Sildith employs their advanced alchemical knowledge into horrific ends, transforming their own citizens, alive and dead, into fearsome undead legions. Yes, I believe I have it. The facts at hand have led me to an unassailable conclusion. Our phantom thief is a descendant of doomed Sildeth who seeks vengeance against those who reduced his countrymen to slavery and slavering and zombies. To pacify his soul and send him peacefully to the next world, there is but one course of action. We must find the Sildeth statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem and have him apologize to the thief in person for the suffering he has wrought. Blah. A brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to go find yourself a shovel and dig this statesman out of his grave yourself. Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and specters, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Sildeth. His brash garb is no doubt meant to invoke silver fallen Sultanate. The Sildeth connection would also serve to explain a rare knowledge of Beldian relics our thief clearly possesses. But what of the murder victims? What common thread amongst them could have incurred their ire of our adversary? Man, I'm tired. A few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims in the past days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightening air about him. Wait, yes, it's coming to me, of course. My keen investigator's senses ring with a voice loud and clear. This man Miss Ellie speaks of just might know something. You really should stop thinking so hard. You'd like to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is this man we might find, and where might we find him? My sources identified the man as Guguria, a traveling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Shall we pay him a visit? Yep. Okay. I hate to cut this short, but I'm gonna have to call it a night. Wow. I'll take my character back to the goblet. I'm super tired. Short streams makes it useful. Maybe I need to start streaming earlier. Okay. Hope everyone had a good time, so I'm gonna check out and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.